I formulated like calculus, making something out of nothing. Damn, your man is an alchemist. They try to force the vibe, so the feeling is counterfeit. Just that feel of accomplishment right before you was about to quit. Holding down my clan, both my hands got calluses. As a man, I only kneel to take a stand, Colin Kaepernick. Can't you see that I'm passionate? No, this wasn't on accident. You fell asleep watching the game. I was up late practicing.
No Gas Podcast. We back, bro. What it do?
Back with another one. Blessed to be here. Feel me? Let's dive into it, bro.
Yeah, man. Before we dive into it, quick shout out to Nashville, Tennessee. You see it on my hoodie, 615. Shout out to the city, all our viewers, all our supporters worldwide, but hey, special shout out to the city, man. Always behind us, showing love. Also, shout out to Tennessee State University. Go Big Blue. Shout out to the Vols. Go Vols. Go Vols. Go Vols. Go Vols. Go Vols. Go. Shout out to your boy, man. When we gonna have him on the podcast?
We're gonna get him on here. We're gonna get him on here.
We got to.
It's nothing but time and opportunity.
Absolutely. And last but not least, certainly not least, shout out to God, man. Shout out to Jesus Christ, Lord and Savior. Without him, nothing is possible. I just want all of y'all to know that. Shout out to the one and only, man. So, let's get this going. You know we like to start off with something a little motivating. And I came across a quote, little bro. And I just want to really see what it meant to you, because it hit me as a coach, as a former player, as a businessman, as an entrepreneur. There is a lot of people that are hungry to win, but there is not a lot of people that's hungry to do what it takes to win.
Hey, that's deep. That's deep, bro.
Are you just hungry to win? Are you hungry rather, to do everything it takes to win, knowing that you might not even win, but are you hungry enough to do everything it takes? Man, can you elaborate on that, bro?
I mean, first of all, I like that quote. I like that perspective too. I think a lot of people out there want to win. But I think the bottom line is not everybody knows what it takes to be in a winning position. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to success with any field you're in, there's going to be ups and downs. And I think some people in this world just want to be on that high. Mm-hmm. They just want the promotions. They just want, you feel me, the championships. They just want the new contracts, but they don't want the days you get fired. They don't want the days where, you feel me, it's not looking too good. You're seeing a decline instead of an incline. And at the end of the day, that's what it takes to win. You got to go through certain things that sometimes you can't predict, and 9 times out of 10 you don't want to go through it. But at the end of the day, it's going to make you better. You're going to grow from it, and it might set yourself up next time to come out victorious. What you think about that quote?
I think a lot about it when in the shoes that I'm in right now as a coach and as a former player. I look at it in a basketball sense, right? So what are you willing to do to win? So people are in love with, cutting down the nets, wearing the rings, going to the NCAA tournament, winning the NCAA tournament, winning conference championships, winning big games, getting ranked. But what does it take to get to that point? And you have to fall in love with the 17s. You got to fall in love with the long nights in the film room, the long days in the film room. You have to fall in love with the conditioning test. You got to fall in love with the things that are hard, that don't feel good, the throwing up, the weightlifting sessions where you can't pick up that weight but your arms are shaking. You got to fall in love with, as a student, studying long nights to become a doctor, to become a lawyer, doing the research to become an entrepreneur, a business owner. That's what you have to fall in love with. Not necessarily the glory of getting a job or the glory of winning the championship. Kobe talks about it all the time. It's like, it's the process that you should fall in love with. And we talk about it all the time. And that's something that, that's been molded in me, as a healthy person. You got to fall in love. You got to lose yourself and fall in love with saying no to sugar, saying no to alcohol, saying no to, we can all do better with that. I know I struggle with it myself. I love to run. I love to lift. I love to do all that stuff. But I do not love putting down sugar. I want to have an alcoholic beverage every once in a while, wine. Like, but that's not necessarily good for you. And in return, I don't get the results that I always want when I look in the mirror and I want that 8 to 10 pack. You feel me? Like, I'm cool with a little 4 to 6. But, in order to get to where I really want to go and how I really want to be and, to the heights that I plan on climbing, you got to do some things that you're not excited about and you don't love. And that's what that's really telling you, is like, everything winning requires is what we should fall in love with. And, do you have a specific time where you knew you were uncomfortable, but you knew it was building a callous or building a winning attitude?
Yeah, I had many moments, man. But before I answer that question, I want to say another thing that just popped up in my head when you were kind of dissecting that about winning. You know, bruh, that's why you can't be mad. And this for people out here. You can't be mad for the people that's on, man. You can't be mad or envious of the people who are in a certain position, or are receiving their flowers, or doing well when it comes to worldly success. Man, you can't hate on them, because at the end of the day, you don't know what it took for them to get in position.
Not at all, man.
And I don't see a lot of it, but I've seen, you feel me, people wanting someone else's position. I've been victim of it in my past. It's like, man, I would, if I had that position, you know what I'm saying? If I had that opportunity, and just picking it back off of that, it took sight of my own position. I wanted that position so bad I couldn't even appreciate what I had.
Mm.
So I mean, that's another lesson. I wasn't even thinking about that. That's free.
Message.
I'm talking right now.
Yes, you are. Preach.
But nah, man, you can't hate on the people that's on, bro.
Nah, because you don't know what they done went through.
Exactly. And they've gone through some things to be in that position. They've done things in order to win. Kind of like how you highlighted when we first started this episode. So, yeah, man, I had to say that.
Nah, it's real, because we look at everything like, oh, dang, they got the big house, they got the cars, they got the clothes, they got, the success, they have, the job opportunity, the deals, but everybody has a story. We talk about it all the time. Everybody's going through something. You don't know what they had to do to overcome and get to that point. And, usually with successful people, there's something there.
Yeah.
There's something there that they had to, sacrifice. And that's why there shouldn't be no hating.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be. It's like, that's why I hate, thieves so much. It's like you trying to take somebody earned and worked hard for. It's the same thing with hate. You hating on somebody that, work hard for everything that they have.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wish everybody success out there, man, because it's enough for everybody, bro. That's what
For sure.
a lot of people don't know, man. It's enough jobs out there. It's enough money. It's enough clothes, shoes, cars for everybody. The ones that are willing to do the work.
Yeah. I do have a time though. I have many stories
Talk to me, bro, because I
on
know.
times I had, you said uncomfortable. I had to get
Yeah.
uncomfortable
Yeah.
um in order to win. Um I mean, you mentioned the 17s. I think
Everybody hate them 17s. Huh?
I never knew about it either when I was a high school player, but man, quick story of my college career that helped me become a pro was when I was coming out of high school, I had a really tough time with conditioning.
Mhm.
And obviously, the high school level is much more different than the college level. College is faster, college is more physical. Um, you have to have a better understanding of basketball. You got to be quick on your toes because in the SEC, you're dealing with top tier athletes that have tremendous height and length. Pause. At the end of the day, I had to get better at conditioning. So a story I have is, in practice where Barnes would just run us, man. Like we would do so much conditioning to where it left no doubt when it came game time. And what I mean by that is like we prepared ourselves to win because we trained so hard. And that was super uncomfortable for me because I hated conditioning.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it had to be done because at the end of the day, if we couldn't, you feel me, last longer than the opposing team, then 9 times out of 10, we weren't going to come out victorious. So that's just one of many stories. What about you? You got any stories?
Man, I have plenty as well. I'll tell you too. All right, so one, you brought up conditioning. So I had to go through this time as a freshman, and I talked about it on the last episode about, becoming a mature man or growing into, manhood and stop making excuses over stuff. So I had to get over the conditioning part as well. And I never passed the conditioning, the 6 minute mile test when I was at SIU. But and that had to happen. I had to fail, I had to be uncomfortable in order for me to get on the floor at UT because I was one of the best conditioned athletes at UT. So I had to go through that in order to win. But on a broader scale, another situation that happened is, I had to become a cheerleader. And you say, oh, what you mean a cheerleader? I had to not play for me to understand how much I wanted this game of basketball, how much I love winning. And I was put in a situation while I was at the University of Tennessee where I had to sit back and cheer guys on, who I'm just as good as. We competing at practice. I'm holding my own. I definitely should be on the floor, but I got to sit back and watch people play in front of me and still be excited for them and excited to win.
That's not easy, bro.
Nah,
I've been there. I've been in that
hell
aspect.
nah.
Yeah, I've been there as well. And it's really not easy in a sense of I deserve to be out there.
Yeah. But do you? Does your hard work determine your worth or your value of a team or entitlement to be on the court? Like, I say all of that to say that's another conversation we can come back to. But I say all that to say I had to go through that to win in life because it showed me that everything is not going to always be good. You feel me? Like, you're going
Yeah.
to have to go through something. And how do you respond? You are who you are when adversity hits. When everything is good, everybody's good. You smiling, you laughing, having a good time, you starting on the team. Ah, man, ain't nobody gonna take my spot. But what if adversity hits and you get in a situation where you're not the man, they not counting on you, they don't need you, but you still have to be ready. And that prepared me for life. It prepared me for my wife. It prepared for me for my kids. When they go through something, I have something that I went through that I can tell them about so they can overcome. You get what I'm saying? But to go back, like, what you think about that? Like, people want the easy route, bro. People want the easy route, and they don't understand what comes with it. Like, there is like you get a sense of entitlement when you ain't been through nothing. You get what I'm saying?
Even when things are going good, you can kind of
Facts.
develop a sense of entitlement. Like you just said, when you're starting or when you playing, it's like, man, ain't nobody gonna take my position. But I mean, at the end of the day, you don't have control of tomorrow. So it's really important that you don't get that big head. You know what I'm saying? Because it could come back and haunt you at the end of the day. But what do I think about that? Um, I mean, obviously, I dealt with that in the NBA of not playing, and it's a lot more that goes into that from a political standpoint, from a financial standpoint, from a front office standpoint. But it was also important for me to show up every day with the right mindset in order to prep those guys that were actually getting the opportunity during game time.
Mm-hmm.
I had to be a good practice player. I had to be a good teammate. I had to sacrifice and I had to lose my ego and my pride in order for me to have success, but also for my team to have success. And I go back to say, it's not easy. Nah, because guess what? I was the same way. I was like, man, I deserve to be out there.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm working hard just to get a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it was nothing I could do. It was nothing I could do.
Mm-hmm.
I worked super hard, and that's what gave me peace.
Yeah.
I showed up every day, and I worked hard. That's why big thing we preach on: control what you can control,
Man.
because nothing is promised.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what gave me a sense of peace. It's like, man, I couldn't have worked no harder. You know what I'm saying? I showed up every day. I was the first one in the gym. 9 times out of 10, I was the last one out the gym as a rookie.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So when that plan, when it didn't happen the way that I wanted it to happen, I was like, man, I left it on the table. It's nothing. There was nothing else more I could do. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't in my deck of cards to,
Facts.
get all the books.
Nah, look, I'm behind you. You know, I was the same way when I was at UT, bro. It was like my time wasn't there, but I'm showing up every single day. And during that time, I tell you this, excuse my language, I was busting ass during that time.
I believe you.
They know they had me on scout team when I first got to UT. I had them dudes shaking a little bit. They was like, oh man. Nah, we gotta do something about this. Had boys trying to play me 1-on-1. I ain't gonna say no names. You know who you are. Yeah, run it back. You know what time it was. Took that L, didn't you? Nah, it's my boy, but he know who he is. But nah, man, you gotta go through stuff like that, man. It builds character, man. It builds character, which leads me to a topic of conversation today: entitlement with these kids, man, especially the college kids. Being where I am, we don't have to deal with it as much. We've certainly dealt with it while I was at TSU. But this NIL stuff, it is out of hand. We are starting to see the effects of, not only the kids, but parents. Like the sense of entitlement, to play a sport, get an education. I'm all about getting paid. I'm all about getting paid when you in college. I'm so happy that came out with NIL. We missed it, but we paved the way for, these guys. But at the end of the day, we're not entitled. We was raised different. We was raised harder. You get what I'm saying? And I'm gonna call a spade a spade. It is a soft generation because of it. We are molding softer kids, softer athletes, softer human beings because everybody's entitled for nothing. Nobody want to work for anything nowadays. And we're just raised different. Like I'm a get it out the mud type dude. Like I don't want all of that stuff without earning it. Would I take it? Yes, but I would be like, man, you know what? It don't feel right without me earning it. You get what I'm saying? So what you think about the state of, you know, college basketball, football, whatever it is, and, you know, the generation today?
Um, I think NIL it definitely has its perks, but I do agree it can give student athletes a sense of entitlement, um, and a sense of I made it already.
Yeah.
You give a kid that amount of money, um, during a time where they're still developing mentally, they're still trying to figure out life. And I'm gonna take it a little deeper. I think NIL is not really the issue. I think the generation that I was raised in, the social media generation, where you have kids that are super young, and you give them these telephones and iPads and
Yeah.
laptops, and they can create these social media pages. It makes them soft, man. Like, because again, social media has its perks, but everybody has a platform.
Mhm.
Everybody has a voice. And when someone is going through something, you got all these people that they're expecting to be there for them that might not care about them.
Man, you just took it. You took it deeper than I thought you was gonna take it. You are definitely right. Like we're looking for validation from people that don't love us because of social media, NIL, all of that stuff. You're like,
Bro, you're seeking validation from people that don't know your story.
yeah, absolutely.
And that is what is developing a soft generation. I blame social media. And it's just a domino effect. You go from social media, now you're going to NIL, where these kids are getting all this type of money, all these different resources, which is good.
Yeah.
Not every single student athletes that not every single student athlete is dealing with these problems when it comes to entitlement.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them come from good parenting. Some of them are humble. Some of them know how to use their resources to the fullest. And some of them are actually positioning themselves in the right way to create a better future for them and their family.
Absolutely.
This does not apply for every student athlete, but there are other student athletes that are eating it up for all the wrong reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And it's taking away the true desire of what it means to be a student athlete.
Yeah.
It's different, bro. It's different now.
It's taking the fun out of college basketball, college football.
I think it's destroying college sports slowly but surely.
It's a business now. You're not going there just to, get better with the chance of making it pro. Like you're already a professional athlete. You think, just because you did something in high school, you deserve $1 million now. Like, how you know you that good?
Yeah, man.
Without going against the best players, because at the end of the day, these guys are getting paid a lot of money to play at the Division I level at any sport, okay? You're playing against the top players around the country in Division I, okay? So you're already cream of the crop. You're with the mix of the cream of the crop.
Mm-hmm.
So to come out of high school or to play a few years in college sports and then, just say you're worth $1 million or $750 or $5 million or whatever. How do you know that? How does your parents know that? And I think that's the issue we're dealing with right now. It's kind of like you don't know if you're worth $50,000 or $100,000 or
They looking for handouts, man. They looking for handouts, and like you said, parents are too. Parents
yep.
see these prices, and parents see these resources, and obviously, you know, they're raising great student athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Not taking anything away from the parenting, but you're about to touch on something you told me earlier today about one of the student athletes not playing no more because the parents thought that he deserved more money.
So
That is insane to me.
man, let's talk about it. So in two instances, one at UNLV and one at what's the other school? UNLV and USC. They were giving these NIL deals. I mean, penthouses in one of the cases, hundreds of thousands of dollars in another case, and they just hung it up because of bad advice from parents, bad advice from agents, took the joy out of playing the game that they love. Obviously, you don't love it if you just quit like that. You're letting teams down. You're letting your teammates down who you didn't put in, the work with, blood, sweat, and tears in the off season, preparing for this year. Middle of the season, not even the middle of the season, beginning of the season, you hang it up because of money. It's soft. It's entitlement. It's ego. How do you have that much ego to quit at the beginning of the year because of a money situation and expect to be taken serious if you get the chance to play professionally? How? It makes no sense whatsoever. And I am so thankful we're not dealing with that right now. But it's creeping into the mid-major level as well. Like, people will, ask for money. They'll, like, huh? Hey, bro, I'm better than you. You can't beat me one-on-one right now. You're a baby. But you want this amount of money. Hold on. We didn't cut no nets down. I'm just talking about in general around the country. You didn't win a championship at your last team. You didn't lead them in the tough stuff, the dives on the floor, loose ball steals. You shot the most, so you averaged the most points. Or you didn't even average the most points, but you want money? Like, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. And it's soft. And the parents should be ashamed if they're rocking with them because you're about to lose, like, the guidance that they're getting. They're about to lose everything because of this sense of entitlement. There's a chance that these kids won't play again because who's going to pick them up? If I'm a coach, if I'm a GM, I don't want you playing for me. All you're going to do is quit on me.
Yeah, it's really putting these universities in a bad position because I mean, obviously, the NCAA has made billions on student athletes over the years. They made a lot of money off of us.
Absolutely.
So I see both sides. Yes, I think kids should get paid because why not? We're making a lot of money for your program. And with that, the program gets more resources to make more money.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I'm not against NIL, but bro, like you just said, it is super soft, man, when you have kids, and this is just my opinion, bro, probably because I didn't come from a lot.
Yeah.
It wasn't no silver spoon on nobody table in our family, bro. We had to work for it.
Mom and daddy got it out the mud.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like you're gonna stop playing the sport you love just because you want X amount of dollars more is greed, bro. And I just honestly I feel sorry for that kid because he probably actually loved football growing up. And now this money situation is coming in. And like you said, he's getting bad advice from whoever it is he's seeking advice from.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just it's messy, man. And I hate it for him. I hate it for his teammates because, you know, you got a quarterback that's the starting quarterback. You giving up on everybody.
You know who it helps though? The next guy up. Be ready.
Yeah.
Be ready. There's gonna be a lot of next man up that's gonna get paid a lot of money because of these kids that are, you know, taking advantage of the system in place right now. So man, hey, always be ready, kids, because the NIL deal is letting you kids have a chance.
It's crazy, man.
If you're the backup, you know, PG, quarterback, whatever it is, hey man, get ready because there's a chance that this guy may quit because he want more money. So be ready. Your chance coming, man. Your opportunity coming. That's why you always need to be ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
For sure.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, man, that's enough about that, though. We can talk all day about that NIL stuff.
Yep.
You're soft. You're soft. I said it. The parents soft. Yeah, I said it. Hey, man, sad day. It's a sad moment in the basketball world right now.
Mm-hmm.
Legend D Rose retired. Man, I know you got some stories. You had a chance to, you know, suit up with him and play with him when you were with the Detroit Pistons. But, man, growing up, bro, D Rose was a year younger than me. That's all we heard. D Rose, bro. It's this dude named Derrick Rose, you know, from Chicago, Illinois. I mean, he taking the world by storm. AAU, the circuit, like he cold. I'm telling you, I'm like, nah. And then you see his highlights. You know, hold on, we can get back to that. Back in the day, you had to be cold to get a highlight tape. Nowadays,
everybody got a highlight tape.
Entitlement. Didn't do nothing, but you want all the love. Man scored 4 points in the game. He got a whole highlight tape of him laying it up. Little kids nowadays. Nah, back in the day, you had to earn that, and D Rose was one that earned it. Hey man, we lost a great one. Not lost. No.
Dang,
Yeah,
died.
I'm tripping. Nah, man, it feel like it. Like, God dang, like D Rose. Look,
Hey, bro.
Hey, as a young dude growing up and seeing all these guys that, you know, y'all in the same era. You
Yeah.
feel me? Like, these guys getting old, bro.
Yeah.
Like basketball old.
Oh,
like
man.
retiring.
No cap.
It is sad, bro. That means that I'm getting up there.
Yeah, man. These days moving. But nah, man. D Rose. Pooh, man. I got I got a lot of stories. Just about D Rose's career. My fascination with D Rose started with when I was younger. I mean, I used to watch all his games. I used to watch all his highlights. He was one of my favorite point guards growing up. So it was a surreal moment when I was on the same team as him.
Yeah, it's big time.
So that's my story I'ma tell, man. My story is I get drafted to the Detroit Pistons in the second round. And we're getting ready for media day. Obviously, before media day, you have training camp. And during training camp, there's no telling who you about to see walk in this gym. We saw some killers. I ain't gonna say who, but hey, bro, I saw some dudes who was not signed to an NBA contract walk in that gym, and I'm like, bro, I'm honestly just like, dog, I'm here for real.
Yeah.
I'm really here.
That's tough.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So training camp, man, people going at each other. They trying to get that contract. But I've already signed my NBA deal. So I ain't gonna say I was secure, but I was secure. I already signed. Now, they made their, corrections to the roster. They waived whoever they wanted to waive and, made their corrections. Media day comes. I walk in the locker room um, at the Palace, and the Palace has a lot of tradition, whole bunch of tradition. A lot of great things have happened in Detroit at the Palace.
For sure.
A whole bunch of legends to walk in and out of that locker room.
Yeah.
The same locker room I'm walking into. So, man, I'm just soaking up the moment. I walk through the door. I see the chef. What's good? You feel me? Ate my breakfast. I walked through the next door. I see the front office people. I talk to all them. We chat. And then the next door is the locker room. It's media day. So I'm like, man, I just know what media day was like in college. We had all our gear laid out. We had some new shoe boxes. All the media people was waiting outside, just waiting to interview us. So I'm excited for this moment. I'm like, man, this the NBA. I can't wait to see what this is like.
Right.
Fast forward, make a long story short, I didn't care about the media.
Yeah.
What I saw walking into the locker room was my jersey.
Yeah.
That was a shout within itself. I'm like, dog, I got an NBA jersey.
Yeah. Bone on that thing.
Bone on the back of an NBA jersey, bro.
Yeah.
D Rose was my locker buddy right beside me. My favorite player growing up. D Rose
Surreal.
was right beside me, 25. It was 18, then it was 25. I'm like, man, this is a lot for a young kid that was just dreaming. You know what I'm saying? So, man, obviously, spent the whole year with D Rose, and I could have a couple podcasts about just how he's been there for me. Man, super, super laid back guy, very to himself. But man, if you spend some time with him, he's one of a kind, bro. He's one of one. And I think his persona was expressed through the way he played too. Very quiet. You're not gonna get him riled up. But the whole world got to see who D Rose was. And he was one of one. So Pooh, D Rose, man, I appreciate you, bro. You inspired me, and you're still inspiring me. As I'm speaking about you, you've done a lot of great things for this game, and I just hope you appreciate everything that you've done for yourself and your family, because you've impacted the world, bro. The world in a positive way. So I just had to give bro his flowers, because you feel me, he did that. He did that.
Nah, he did, man. I mean, we could talk about D Rose, his come up, everybody being excited for him, to become the NBA first draft pick, number one draft pick that year, being the youngest to, win an MVP. He's done some amazing things. I hope that he, is a Hall of Famer. I mean, obviously, despite the injuries, he still had a great career, long career. But what he did at the beginning of his career was phenomenal, and he was going to go down as one of the all-time greats. So I just hope they, appreciate it, show him his love, give him his flowers, give him his roses. D Rose, man, deserves it. And I was glad to, for you to be on the team with him, to see, a legend. Know you a legend yourself, and just to see that, because it meant a lot to me as well. You feel me? You playing behind. I remember I probably got on your nerves asking like, man, what D Rose like, bro? You learning from D Rose,
bro? It wasn't just you though. It was a lot of people in my circle that was,
yeah.
You feel me? Just wanted to see like get into that realm a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, man, D Rose, like get around D Rose. How is D Rose? A lot of my friends is like, bruh, you on the team with D Rose? Like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So
That's crazy.
dude stamped, bruh.
Yeah.
Stamped.
Absolutely.
I can say no wrong about D Rose, dog.
That's love. That's love. But you did mention Media Day.
Mhm.
And you know, Media Day been going on. NBA, it's already back.
Mhm.
And I feel some tension. I feel some fire, some heat
With who? Who you talking about?
in that Boston Celtics locker room, bro.
Really? What's going on? I ain't been on social media like that as of lately. But what's going on?
If you think they did something this year, beware.
What happened, bro?
Beware. The Boston Celtics might go back to back. That's hard to do. They didn't lose no pieces. I'm a Lakers fan, and I'm saying this about the Boston Celtics. Bruh, what transpired this summer with Jason Tatum not playing, Jaylen Brown not being invited to the Olympics, they mad? Top 2 players? Top 10 players in the league? 2 of the top 10 players in the league? Hold on. They have Drew Holiday back, Derrick White back.
You know Derrick White just got in a fight too.
He did, bro. He
Somebody
mad.
texted that
He
to
mad.
me.
Look, he mad for JT. He mad for JB.
Bro, somebody tried to spring on Derrick White, bro.
Man, he at the football game, bro, and I don't know what he was lit. He had to be lit.
Bro, the world wants that to happen.
They trying to piss the Celtics off, bro. And as a Lakers fan, I'm like, why? Why y'all doing that? They just won. Hey, bro, they trying to piss them off. You can't get Drew Holiday though. He's real mild mannered.
Yeah,
You know. He's real,
Seemingly.
yeah, seemingly until we see that man on social media beating somebody up. Because I tell you what, he ain't going. Don't play with him either, y'all. Kristaps Porzingis gonna be healthy. Al Horford back. Hold on, y'all. Why are they doing that?
I don't know, man. They got a strong core. Strong core. But who I'm gonna be this guy today.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
What the bench looking like?
Hey, man.
Outside of that 6-7 names you just named,
That's a good 7.
a great 7.
Great 7 now.
Shoot, they just won a championship. Those same guys.
What does the bench look like, though? Because at the end of the day, yeah, because you gotta factor in injuries that may happen. It's a long
Time.
season.
They just coming off of the Olympics, so they don't need to play all 80, 82, whatever it is, 81 games. They need a bench to put them in position as they were last year.
I agree.
Number 1 seed in the East.
I agree.
Feel me? Like who they got on the bench?
Yeah, they got, Xavier Tillman. That's a big pickup for them. I mean, he was there last year.
So I like his game.
But, he's solid. Big, is going to defend.
Yeah.
They just picked up Lonnie Walker. I'm like, how? How didn't the Lakers, how did we not get Lonnie Walker?
Lonnie Walker is a Celtic?
He's a Celtic.
Man, that's a huge pickup.
That's athleticism. That's shooting ability.
Mm-hmm.
That's defense. They know what they doing over there, bro. They know what they doing now. Everybody else is kind of like.
Who did they give up? Do you know if they gave up anybody for those? Tillman was already there.
Yeah, Tillman was already there.
They gave up anybody for Lonnie?
I don't know. I don't think so. If they did, I mean, it wasn't a key piece.
Bro, how does the Celtics have all this money?
They want them to win, bro. Ain't nobody asking how much money and how they got that money. But they asking about the Lakers. And we ain't got nothing. We ain't did nothing.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. We gonna see, man. It's gonna be hard. We gonna see. I know it's some.
They got some young pieces. I will say this. The Celtics fans, y'all better hope Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown don't get hurt. I tell you that. And I don't wish that on nobody. I'm knocking on wood for that. But that bench ain't looking too
superstitious.
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't superstitious. I'm a little stitious though. But nah, man. If they stay healthy, it may be over with already because they pissed off. They got something to prove. Those guys are ready to repeat.
So you got Boston to win again.
Right now, and I'm not going to say it, but it'll be hard to beat them. That's what I would say. I'm not taking them because I would never say the Celtics are going to win a championship. But right now, this moment, it's hard to beat them. Yeah. It's hard to beat them. But, we'll see what happens. It's a long NBA season. And we'll see. We shall see. But they have been pressing them buttons.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. But we've gotten to that point of the episode, man. We talked about a lot of great things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been fun, but I got to pick your brain on this one. We've been talking about a lot of basketball.
Yeah.
So the start bench cut we have today, we're going to take it to the NFL.
Okay.
So these guys have been, dominating. They've been dominating, bro.
Okay.
I know it's early. They're a few games in, but these guys really have. I think they've made their mark already.
Yeah. Who you got? You got me anticipating, and I feel like you did this today, so I ain't even prepared for real.
Oh, yeah, I got to pick your brain. Start bench cut. We got Alvin Kamara, Saquon Barkley, and Derrick Henry. Who you starting, who you benching, who you cutting?
Ooh, he went good running backs for me.
Let's hear it.
Hey, man, off rip, because I got to do it. I'm starting Alvin Kamara.
Knew you was going to do it. Volunteer. I knew you was going to do it.
Go, Vols, go, Vols, go, Vols, go, Vols, go.
I knew you was going to do that.
Yeah.
Who you benching?
I'm benching Derrick Henry because I'm a Titans fan, and he did some great things for the organization. And I know he's with the Baltimore Ravens right now, and I wish him nothing but success because he has a good team now. It is what it is. Even though they 1-2 right now. They 1-2, but they just beat the Dallas Cowboys. So I'm going with Derrick Henry, benching him, and I'm cutting Saquon. And it's hard because he's special. Saquon Cole. But I'm not going against. I'm a loyal dude. I'm not going against Alvin Kamara, who's killing the league too, who got it out the mud even when he was at UT because he was slick playing behind somebody that he should have been playing in front of. But that's another story. And he left Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
He left Alabama for UT, so he knew what it was. He wanted to wear that orange. Derrick Henry was an Alabama boy. I should have cut his ass.
Hey, you'll be a stupid guy if you did that.
I should have cut him. But nah, Saquon cold, but somebody got to go. So I'm starting Alvin, benching Derrick Henry, and cutting Saquon. Who you got, Derrick Henry Jr. with your dreads?
Nah, yeah. And shout out Derricka, bro. She do our dreads, so
yeah.
You feel me? I think I'm gonna go against the grain.
Talk to me. I wanna know why too.
I'm gonna do it.
I already know what you about to do.
No, I'm gonna do it. I'm starting Derrick Henry.
Okay.
Off top. I don't think it's even like it's nothing we need to talk about.
Yes, it is, bro.
It's not. Derrick Henry is him.
Go ahead, finish, bro. We'll talk about this later.
Who do I want to bench? Because this is not really easy. This is where it becomes a challenge.
Yeah.
I'll bench Alvin.
Okay.
I'll bench Alvin and I'll cut Saquon. The reason I'm gonna cut Saquon is because he's dealt with some injuries.
Yeah.
And he's still great. He's still dominating.
Absolutely.
And he's a huge part of their success. Why they've been successful this season. The Eagles. But yeah, man, Derrick Henry, King Henry, what they call him? King Henry. That's what they call him, right?
That's what they call him.
Sound like King James, right?
Yeah, you right. You right. King Henry called, man. Derrick Henry called.
I'm starting.
I can't pick no Alabama dude, bro. I can't.
I'm starting Derrick Henry.
I ain't finna have these.
Alvin, and I'm cutting Saquon.
I ain't finna have these Alabama people on my page talking about, I told you gonna pick Alabama dude. Alabama the greatest. I ain't trying to hear that. I'm not trying to hear that. So say what you want. Talk bad to me, whatever. But I'm loyal to the orange.
Respect.
Go Vols, man. Alvin Kamara. And he really killing the game. Smooth running back, too. I think he definitely got more moves than Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is, man, great.
I mean, bro, look at Derrick Henry's stature, bro. What you expect from a 6'4", 240 running back?
That's why I'm benching him.
Is he 240? He might be bigger than 240, huh?
Yeah, he may be 260.
Yeah, man. It ain't really a whole bunch of juking you can do.
Nah, he ain't no 260, is he? I gotta see that before we get up out of here, bro. Derrick Henry. How big is Derrick Henry? He is, he 250. 6'3", 250. God, that's a big dude. Big running back.
Killing too, man.
Yeah, he called.
I had to hear that. Because they all killing right now. And I want to hear the listeners and viewers, especially when we post it on our Instagram page.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I gotta hear who y'all got. Cause it's tough. They
tough.
killing the game right now.
They killing it, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man, another great episode of No Gas Podcast. Y'all follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on YouTube. Beat us there. We'll see y'all later.
Yes, sir.
We out.
The good, the bad, the ugly.